my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we gon' hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Okay, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the newly named Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set, 180. Check, 41. I smell behind.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
41 Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
From the 24 left. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Bravo.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers, and it's complete. Henry. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry. A big play there by Gordon. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 23. Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
To throw is Watson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 31's the mic. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Alert, alert.
Third and long. It's Watson. Going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fourth down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
Double tight. Load it. Load it.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
190. 51, Mike. Check, check, check. Hey, Rocket. Check, check, check. Mike 51.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers, throw left side complete. That's Gordon. 16 yards, a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Red! 41's the mic. Check, 41. Big stop, G. Big stop.
Rivers now from the 50. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Zero. Left.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25. And 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Tried to go draw play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so that the runner could find some space. Unsuccessfully, though.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
He'll get it up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
You. 24. 31's the mic. I'm coming. Time is up.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A third down gain of 19.
And the Texans first down.
We're set. 19. Single. 16. 16. He likes
Watson on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did.
And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's now 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal. Now Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down and goal at the 3-yard line.
This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation.
He's moving, boy, he's moving. 25.
He can run for it, and he will. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feel. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Watson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's third down. 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And that one results in 35 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson, Thomas the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Watson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down.
Check nickel, nickel. Check, crunch.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Bill O'Brien, an offensive mind, and he's going to trust his offense here. They're going for it on 4th. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Watch out in. Everyone got 4. And watch the lane. 31's the mic.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set 180. Set 180. Cluster. You. Hey. Q. Fight 51. Mike. Hey, ready.
Rivers on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Switch.
After the sack on 1st down, Rivers, throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
I know most of the time when the ball's, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3rd and long for Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36. 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Every go 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Every go 37's the Mike. Hey, high 7. Man,
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's another Chargers first down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. From the red zone now, Rivers. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Throwing again. Rivers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing, Rivers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. The 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there on the option. 63 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Check. Check out.
They're going to give it to Gordon, and he is going to get in. But there is a flag down, and this is in the area of holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for two. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown of the new season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Run 80. Go.
Rivers to throw it. And Nelson's got it here right side. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. J.J. Nelson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right?
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, and such a close game, a very big one. On third down, Miller. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Watson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 43.
Watson now to throw. The quick hitter complete. It's Fuller. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The Texans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. 9 yards that time. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Flushed out right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. in the final minute as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for two.
52. First six. Check 52. Down him, go. Down him, go.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
That will tie the game. 28-all. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Rivers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Watch the screen. Jim. He's checking. Crash.
On play action, Rivers finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
25 yards on the play. And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. This from long, very long range. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Charger drive about to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now. The ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Hey, Delta!
Now the first throw in overtime for Rivers. Over the middle, complete. It's Nelson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And the Chargers
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
There we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Orange 5-4. 6-6. Pull it high. Safety. Wait, 89!
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 36.
So first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
From the gun, Rivers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and that'll bring up second down. So much for field goal range. They were going for the jugular right there, just trying to end it.
That was definitely a shot play, as they like to call it, a chunk play, whatever term you want to put on it. They were attacking deep downfield, trying to get to the end zone. Really well defended, going up and knocking it away.
Rivers throwing complete to his tight end, Henry. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Third and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up.
Smooth. 41. We got to wedge that. Come on.
From the gun, Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. So now then, the penalty's got him set up. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Texans scoop it. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 30. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard. Line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be left with just One remaining here at OT.
We're set. 19. 57. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's 1959. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Let's 57. 57's right. All right, T. Let's. All right, T.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Brandon, I'd go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only second down, but I'd kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for third, have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up.
And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.